that. Okay, so we will start in 1 minute. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock. We are going to start. We are going to start this fair. So if you need interpretation in Spanish and you are on your laptop, you need to go to the bottom of your screen and press the glove, and that will take you to Spanish or Chinese. So please pick the language you need to get interpretation for, okay? So I just want to make sure that everybody that needs interpretation is in their correct channel. If you have any questions regarding the interpretation features, please put it in the chat or unmute yourself if you are not able to find the channel. Okay. Okay. So we are going to have closed captioning, and we're also going to record this. So please mute yourself so we can avoid echo. Sulma, please help me mute people if we have missed anybody. If you need interpretation, make sure you are in the right channel. If you need assistance, please put it on the chat or just unmute yourself and let us know. Oops. And I'm gonna share the information that we are sharing today. We're definitely going to share it tomorrow. I will be sharing it with everybody who's participating today. Okay. So
Sheila?
yes.
Sorry to interrupt. For those who use their phone to dial in, you can dial *9 if you have a question. That way we are aware that you have a question and someone will unmute you.
Thank you. So welcome. My name is Shayla Carew. I work for the Resident Engagement Department, and this is our third virtual career fair, but this is our first of this year. This is the one we schedule for the fall. So thank you so much for joining us. So we have 10 presenters today from local organizations, and they will be speaking about opportunities for job training and job placement. So I hope that you find all this information helpful. And if you have any questions, you can. So most of you got the flyer or saw this on social media. So you have the information on how to get in touch with me. My email will be at the end of this presentation in case that you have any questions. I will be sharing all the information for all the presenters tomorrow. Okay, so don't worry about if you have any questions or things, because I will be sharing all the flyers and all the contact information from everybody presenting today. We are going to leave all the questions to the end, so we're not going to have questions until the last presenter, and then we will hear your questions. You can raise your hand, so you can use the button to raise your hand, or you can put your question in the chat. So by the time of questions, I will be calling you according of when I see your hand raised, or however we see it in the chat. Okay, and my staff who's on the call will help me if I miss your call. And like I said, if you don't feel like asking a question in the group and you want to ask a question directly to a presenter, I will be sharing all their information today. So thank you so much to all the public housing residents and people from the community in general that join us today. And thank you so much to the presenters who are going to be talking today about their wonderful programs today. Okay, so the very first person, we have somebody else coming in. Okay. So again, if you need interpretation and you're on a laptop, press the glove and choose either Spanish or Chinese. If you're on a phone, go to the right, click more, and then language interpretation and choose Spanish or Chinese. There's closed captioning, and there is also, we're recording this event and it will be posted on our website. So our very first presenter is Allison Sequeira, and she's going to be talking about the teaching kitchen.
Thank you, Shayla, and thank you to all of you who are attending this evening. I work at Community Servings, which is located in Jamaica Plain, right behind the Stony Brook train stop. So we're very easy to get to. And specifically, I wanted to share with you this evening about the Teaching Kitchen Job Training Program. This is a free 12-week culinary training course with the goal of getting you ready to work in a professional kitchen. So there are loads of employers right now who need food service workers. There are lots of opportunities out there, even if you have never worked in a kitchen before. We're seeing jobs that are paying $16 to $18 an hour or more, many employers offering benefits, which is really unusual compared to in the past with cooking jobs. So we're excited to provide this training. The schedule is Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. And like I said earlier, it is a 12-week training course. We have upcoming class start dates on October 11th. So we are still interviewing. We have a few more slots for that class if you wanted to start right away. We have another class starting November 21st, and then more classes starting in 2023. So the way our program works is actually you complete an internship in our kitchen. So the kitchen at Community Servings makes almost 5,000 meals each day. We make these meals completely from scratch. They're beautiful, healthy meals, and those meals are delivered to people in the community who are sick. So it's a really meaningful internship experience and obviously great exposure to a professional kitchen. So that's how you spend your morning each day. And then every afternoon you have a hands-on cooking class in a separate training kitchen with our chef instructor. So he brings you through a whole culinary curriculum where you'll learn everything from knife skills to, how to take apart a whole fish or chicken. He teaches you different cooking techniques. It's a really beautiful training program. So most of the days you're with us, you are in the kitchen. We do have a few class components each week that are outside of the kitchen. So we provide a job readiness class where we help you practice your interview skills. We help you write a resume. We help you complete job applications. We also have each week, we have a little bit of computer classes. We have financial empowerment that you can choose to do or not. And we also have weekly nutrition classes. So that's a little bit about the training program itself. In terms of, what you would walk away with at the end of the 12 weeks, our goal is for you to graduate. You will leave with a ServSafe certification, and actually 2 different ones. So the food handler certification, as well as the allergen awareness certification. we have 100% pass rate for that test. So you would leave with your certifications, you would leave with a well-written resume. You would leave with recent and relevant professional references. So we serve as your reference as you're applying for new jobs. And most of our graduates have a job waiting for them by the time they reach their graduation day. So, you know, they graduate and some of them start at a new job the very next day. If you're wondering, you know, what support is available for me as I participate in this program, we have some wonderful grant funding right now that allows us to provide an hourly wage for most of our participants. So we would assess your eligibility to earn a wage for this to be a paid training. We would assess your eligibility when you come in for an interview. We also, you know, we provide a hot lunch every day. We give you a locker. We provide you with a clean chef coat each day as your uniform. And then all of just the study materials, the ServSafe book, like all the study materials you would need. So really your responsibility would be to get to the program on time each day. So again, that would be arriving by 8:45 every morning. And then really being committed to the process. Our goal is to get you from wherever you are and into a quality job in a professional kitchen. So that's who we want to work with. We are a Corey friendly program. If that is a concern of yours, we would love to meet with you. And like I said before, there's a lot of job opportunities at the other end. So upcoming start dates, October 11th and November 21st. I'm going to put my contact information in the chat. Feel free to reach out if you want me to send you an application. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Allison. So like I said, we will hold questions at the end of our last presenter. And I will be sharing the flyer for Teaching Kitchen and also the contact information for this wonderful program. So the next presenters that we're gonna have are Linda Farina and Devera Pastrucki, who are with Winchester Hospital.
Hi, I'm Linda. I'll just speak for a moment or two, and then I'm going to hand it over to my coworker. I'm from Winchester Hospital, and we have start on your first day of employment, which includes medical, dental, vision, 403B. 20 hours, you're eligible for part-time benefits, and at 30 hours, that's considered full-time. We offer shift differentials, $2 for evenings, $2 for weekends, and most, if not all, of our pay rates have been revised recently. We have a lot of positions that you don't need any experience for: environmental services, food service, patient transport, screeners. We have medical secretaries, practice assistants, operators, switchboard operators, to name a few. In most, if not all of those positions, you don't need any prior experience. So for some of those positions, we give you credit for any experience that you have to determine your pay rate. So I'll hand it over to Deb, my coworker, because she does have a program to present.
Devera, you're muted.
Yep, I was handing it over to my coworker Deb to present her program.
Can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Sorry about that. So I wanted to talk about our, we have a 2-week training program. It's actually a paid nursing assistant training program at Winchester Hospital. We have it on a monthly rolling basis. It's a great opportunity for anybody that's looking to get clinical experience, whether you're going to be a doctor or nurse or anybody that even wants to switch a career. It's a really great opportunity. It is paid. It takes about 2 weeks to complete. At the completion of the class, you start working in your assigned unit. So we're training you in exchange for you to work for us. So at the end of that training program, you would start in your assigned unit. We do have requirements for the program. First requirement is that you work 24 hours a week. That is a minimum requirement at the end of the program. And a minimum of 1 year. We do have most of our shifts on inpatient med-surg floors at the hospital. And most of our shifts are 12-hour shifts. So you have to be able to work a 12-hour shift. Again, the minimum of 24 hours per week for 1 year. Our next class coming up is October 10th. You have to be available for the whole week. Their classes are in the day. Usually, typically anywhere from 7 to 5. The schedule will be posted like a week before the class. It's a really great opportunity if you're looking to make a change, if you want to gain some clinical experience. This is an awesome opportunity. Our students are really enjoying it. We've had a lot of successful students that have stayed on with us that are now nurses. So the first step, if you want to participate in classes, there's a flyer, as you can see. There's a link in the flyer. So the first step is to apply. And once you apply, then I will reach out to you and I will set up an interview with one of our nurse managers. If everything goes well, then you would speak with me again and we would hire you into that role, your nursing assistant role that you would go into once you completed your training.
Coming across very echoey.
And I'm so sorry, it's my computer. So if you are interested, like I said, you can go onto the website and apply. And our next class coming up is on the 10th. The next class after that is November 7th and then December 5th. We do have classes in 2023 as well. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, I guess we're taking questions at the end.
Okay, so I see a couple people in the chat said it was kind of difficult to hear Devera. So our apologies for that. So I will be sending her flyer about her program, about the paid clinical associate training program, and the flyer has a link for how to apply to her program. Okay, so the next presenter will be Lynn Courtney and Mary Lou Regan from Beth Israel.
Hi there, thank you. My name is Lynn Courtney. Actually, Mary Lou will not be joining us because she's stuck in traffic. So I'm part of the Beth Israel Lahey system, which actually Winchester Hospital is part of. So I'm here really to kind of tack on to what Linda and Deb spoke about a little bit. This slide here shows a list of this is the hospitals that are in part of our network. And some of them might be relevant to you who live in Boston. You know, the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, which is downtown in the Longwood area, is one of our hospitals, as well as Milton, Mount Auburn, New England Baptist. Those are all places that are close to you. So just to know that we're all part of a big system along with Winchester is good to know. We are starting this weekend a brand new job search site. So I would say if anyone's interested in looking at jobs throughout our system, you might want to wait till next week because you'll be able then to go in and look at all kinds of positions. And I think the positions that Linda mentioned in her introduction are positions that you'll find hospitals are looking, all the hospitals are looking for. I'm going to make note about 2 different training opportunities. We're kind of early, just kind of planting the seeds here, but We have coming up in February, we have one starting now, but it's full. We have coming up in February, a medical assistant training program, which is an 8-week paid training program. So you'll be paid during the training. It looks like the first couple of weeks, 2 weeks, I think, will happen in Needham. Those are like classroom learning to become a medical assistant. And then once you finish your kind of training in the classroom, you'll be placed in almost like an internship in primary care offices. And we have primary care offices all over the Boston metro region. So chances are there's a primary care office close to your home. So this program, while the training is happening in Needham, it's likely that we can have you do the rest of your job at a primary care location close to you. No previous healthcare experience is required for this. Once people finish this training, they work as a clinical assistant role in the primary care office. And then at the end of it, that you'll be eligible to take the test to become a medical assistant. It's a full-time schedule, Monday through Friday only. And there's contact information if you're interested in learning more about that. Can you skip to the next one, Shayla? And then just another program to kind of keep in your mind, because we'll have that coming up again in March. We have one running now that's full, is a patient care technician training. Again, like the medical assistant one. These are for people who really want to work with patients, right? Hands-on work with patients. This one is happening right in Boston at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, which is down in the Longwood area. If you're not familiar with that, it's near where Brigham and Women's and Children's Hospital. It's right in that area. And this patient care technician training is a 4-week paid training so that you can become a PCT, patient care technician. Once you finish the training, you transition right into that role. They're looking for applicants who have a high school diploma or their GED, but you don't have to have prior healthcare experience. And I left the contact info for that program on the slide as well, which you will receive. And then lastly, I would just say, this, the next slide is that I can be a resource for you if you're looking for jobs in some of the areas that Linda mentioned. If you're looking for, housekeeping or in food services, we're a place that would like to hire the people that go through Allison's training, right? We want to hire people who are interested in food services. Folks who are interested in administrative jobs. There are all kinds of jobs, IT jobs, there are all kinds of jobs in hospitals. So just keep your options open, consider our entire system. And if you do send in an application for a job or want to talk about it, my contact information is at the end of this presentation. So you'll receive that. I'm really happy that you all came tonight, and I look forward to meeting some of you. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I saw that somebody wrote a question in the chat. I took it down.
The Needham question? Yeah.
Yes, I took it down. So we will ask that question
At the end. Yep.
at the end. Yes. Okay. The next presenter is going to be Allison Simmons, who is going to talk about the Heart Home Health Aid Training Program. And please, a reminder to our presenters that we have interpreters interpreting simultaneously as you speak. So try to keep the pace a little bit. Okay. So Allison.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. So I work for CHEERS, which is the Center for Community Health Education Research and Service. And we have a workforce development program where we work with people from our community, which is Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, to get them into healthcare jobs. And we start with a home health aid training program. So we fortunately have been funded for the next couple of years to run these training programs. And as people probably know, there's a desperate need for people to be working in the homes with our elderly and disabled. So we have a training program, and the next one coming up, which is in January of 2023, is also a research pilot. So we can look at some of the issues that some of our patients are having around dementia and Alzheimer's. It's a employment training program, and I say that up front because we work closely with an employer as you're applying for the program. So that with some of the other programs too, once you complete the program, you're automatically hired by the employee. So you don't have to go to a job fair. You don't have to go looking for a job. If you get into the training and the employer clears you as you're going through the training, you know that you're going to have a job. So we do a home health aide training program, which is about 5 weeks. Supportive care, where we teach you a little bit more about Alzheimer's and mental health. This is going to be a research project for our next one. So there's a research stipend, although the training is not fully paid for. And we focus a lot on how do you report and how do you follow up. You can change to the next slide. So the basics. So you work with the elderly or disabled in their home through an agency. And as I just said, there is a desperate need. We have about 3,000 elders in Boston who aren't getting care because there aren't enough home health aides to take care of them. It's a hybrid training. So that means part of it's online, but then you have to do some clinical work with a nurse. The training is typically 5 weeks. And the in-person piece is right in Dudley Square. We do offer tea passes and a stipend for lunches. Right now, the rate of pay for a home health aide is between, it's actually $16 and $22 an hour, which I think somebody mentioned earlier is unheard of. I mean, 2 years ago, they were paying 11 and 13. So we know all of these salaries and hourly rates are going up, which is really good for you guys who are looking for training. We do give specialized training if needed. That means a little bit more focus on Alzheimer's and dementia. And like I said, this is really a position for people who really want to care and are compassionate about working with individuals in your home. You're not on a floor, you're not supervised by somebody, you're going into somebody's home like this picture, and you're working with an individual client. The hours are very flexible. It's a 24/7 business, just like most of the hospitals, but you decide when you work and you decide how many hours a week you work. Typically, our graduates work between 20 and 40 hours a week with either one client, if they're lucky, or multiple clients. Next slide. So basically, if people are interested, there's a little bit of a process here. We do start early. We'll start recruiting really at the end of this month. You contact me if you're interested, and Sheila will have my contact information. You complete a HEART application, and as you do my application, you're also doing the employer application. You have an interview, which consists of myself and the employer. If you're accepted, you do the work, and then you start the training program. So I hope that people are interested, because our elders and our disabled people in our community are really looking for people who are compassionate, who are patient, and who are willing to take care of them in the end of their lives.
Thank you so much for joining us. So our next presenter is Mary Bogle. So she will be talking about building pathways.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Mary Vogel, and I'm the Executive Director of Building Pathways. We are located in Roxbury, and we are a pre-apprenticeship training program that brings Boston area residents into high-skilled, high-paying careers in one of the union building trades, be it electricians or plumbers or pipe fitters or sheet metal workers. And if you like working with your hands, if you like being part of a team, if you like actually working on a building that you can be proud of, then the building trades might be for you. We offer over 200 hours of free employability and occupational skills training to enter into a union apprenticeship program, which is how you launch your career in the building trades. And in order to be eligible for Building Pathways, you have to be at least 18 years of age or older. You have to be a resident of Suffolk, Norfolk, or Middlesex counties. You have to be authorized to work in the U.S., have a high school diploma or an equivalency, possess a valid driver's license, be unemployed or underemployed, and be fully vaccinated for COVID-19. We are actually recruiting now for a training that will take place in February This training will be Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., just like a typical construction workday. And the first step in the application process is to attend an information session. And the flyer you see up on the screen is advertising those information sessions. We have sessions that are in person at our training facility in Roxbury, and we have virtual information sessions as well. And in order to register for an information session, you can just visit our website at buildingpathwaysma.org, and I can put that in the chat. And then you'll learn everything you need to know about applying to Building Pathways. I should also say that we offer 3 training cycles per year. 2 of those are daytime. And in the fall, we offer an evening Saturday course. We're already in the middle of that one, so you would have to wait until the fall of 2023. But that's a course that's really designed for people who are working during the day and can't participate in our daytime program. For women in particular, we also hold virtual Tradeswomen Tuesday open houses. These are opportunities for women career seekers to hear from active tradeswomen about their experience in the industry and how the apprenticeship process works. And we hold these the first Tuesday of the month. So we will have a Tradeswomen Tuesday next week, Tuesday. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to, hear directly from somebody who's doing this work. So I'll put information about that in the chat as well. And hopefully you will come to one of our information sessions or Tradeswomen Tuesdays. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary. So I will be sharing the information for everybody who has presented so far and who will be presenting next as well. So there you are. Okay, so our next presenter is Nicole Smith. Nicole Smith is with ESOL for Customer Service Job Training.
Thank you. So I'll be co-presenting with our course teacher, Olivia Courtois. So Olivia, if you just want to say hi.
Hi, everyone. I'm Olivia. I'm the teacher for this program. It's great to meet you all.
So our program is ESOL for Customer Service, and it's a job training program. Our course is only for students whose first language is not English. This course will help you to learn English so that you can get a job. The course is very general. You will learn customer service skills. Customer service skills are needed in many different jobs in many different industries. So this is a great first step if this would be your first job in the United States or your first English-speaking job. We are recruiting now for our fall class. The fall class will start on October 10th, and it is 9 weeks. The end of the class is December 9th. There are 12 hours of class each week and 3 hours of homework, plus 1 hour of one-on-one job coaching. So there are some requirements for the class. You must live in Boston, be a Boston resident, or live in Malden. You must be low income. You must be available to work 30 hours a week or more. You must have an intermediate English level. So this means you can have a short conversation in English. Maybe you don't understand everything, but you can answer some questions and follow directions in English. And part of the class is online. Part of the class is at our Boston office. It is in Chinatown, right across the street from the Tufts Medical Center stop on the Orange Line. And I'll let Olivia talk a little bit more about what you will learn in the class and about the class days.
Yes, hi everyone. So as Nicole said, we tried to keep it somewhat general so that we can cater to every student's job interest. So, but some of the things we talk about are maybe some cultural differences and expectations with customer service that can vary from culture to culture. We also learn different vocabulary that is helpful for maybe sounding more polite or more professional with customers and colleagues. We also work on grammar and vocabulary that can be useful for building your resume and having a good impact when you go for that job interview. We also have many different employment partners in the medical field, for stores, for banks, for restaurants, for hotels. So we often like to invite employers so our students get a chance to meet with different employers in the area. This is a great opportunity to see employers face to face so they can become aware of all the skills and you have to offer. Our class times, like Nicole said, they will be starting October 10th. They last for 9 weeks until December 10th. They will be in weekday mornings from 9 a.m. to 12, and that will be Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays from 9 a.m. to 12 at the Boston location. And then on Saturday, it's also from 9 to 12, but you can stay home for that one and join us online. So once again, 3 in-person classes on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to 12, and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12 online.
I also want to talk about a couple benefits for the class. The first benefit is we can offer a $300 stipend for the class. This is paid in 2 installments. So you'll get half if you complete half of the class, and then the other half when you graduate from the class. We also give our graduates 3 months of TPAS, monthly TPASs for the month that you graduate and the 2 months after. This is to help you get to your new job, go to interviews, and help you to make sure that you can afford to go to your new job. If you are interested in applying, you can go to the link on the flyer. And I think, Shayla, did you put the QR code on the next slide?
No.
Okay, well, we have a QR code you can scan with your phone.
I did save it on my files to send to all people that sign up will receive your code. Yes.
Great, thank you. So thank you everyone.
Okay, so the next presenter is Lori D'Oliva with the Charleston Adult Education.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. This chart looks a little crazy, so I'll try to go through it quickly. We are a full service adult education workforce and reentry program, and we offer 3 levels of daytime ESOL and 1 contextualized evening class geared towards the construction sectors. We have 3 levels of high set preparation that include a pre-high set, an intermediate, and a fast track for more advanced students. We have a digital literacy program that is bilingual in Spanish, Cantonese, and Haitian Creole that runs during the day at the same time as our ESOL classes. But if you are not part of the ESOL classes, you can still join those classes. We have a career center that is connected with a Mass Hire career center in downtown Boston. We have 2 career advisors who can basically do anything you need, from job placement to resume building, connect you with job trainings, post-secondary ed. And because we're an access point for Mass Hire, we have a lot of opportunity for various job placements and free job trainings. All of our services are free. We also work really closely with Suffolk County House of Corrections and provide reentry services for anybody who's coming out, even if they don't need adult education services. We have all of those ancillary services: housing assistance, food assistance, transportation, case management, ID, court resolution. And that is also available to any resident of BHA or client of the program, even if they're not involved in the ESOL or reentry. We partner very closely with the Resident Alliance downstairs from us, who does a lot of recruiting for us and can filter you into any service you need from us. We have a case manager who provides weekly trainings. We have a financial advisor who does all of the FAFSAs and any kind of budgeting training. He does workshops each week. And it's just kind of like an all-encompassing program where if you have a need that comes about, we can probably help you either connect with it or serve it on site. We have another slide here, just a new program that we started. We have a couple of, one is not on here. We have a training program that happens on site. It's a partial virtual, partial hands-on training. We just piloted our first program in painting. There are 4 sectors. One is painting, one is woodworking, one is electrical, and the other is plumbing. And it's a total of 8 to 10 weeks. And the first half of it is virtual and the second half is hands-on right at the program. We had our first class end about a week ago, and they have found half of the students who attended employment already, which is great. It was a painting training. And I don't know, Shayla, did you put the second flyer up, or just this one? Oh yeah, so this one, so our English classes are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9:30 to 1:30, and then at night from 6 to 8 for those that are working. This program right here, it's a welcome center for immigrants and refugees, is on Mondays, and it's just a time to, you don't have to be an ESOL student enrolled in the program to come, but many of our participants over the summer have joined our fall programming for ESOL. It's just an opportunity to meet people, and it really stemmed from the refugees coming in from Ukraine and Afghanistan and needing a lot of services that we provide to our reentry population is actually. So we opened up the doors on Mondays to a more casual atmosphere for them, where they can learn cultural normities of America, and they can get acclimated a bit. They can meet other people from their countries. And we have language capacity in Russian, Chinese, Spanish, Haitian Creole, and Moroccan. So everybody is welcome to join that. And you know, it's just a good opportunity to learn a little bit more about the country before they teach navigating the systems and all of that. So if you have anybody that's interested in joining the program, they can come up. It's located right in Boston Housing Authority's Charlestown locations, 76 Monument Street on the second and third floor. And we are currently enrolling for all programs.
Okay, thank you so much, Lori. So our next presenter is Kiana Brown with ABCD.
Hi everyone, good evening, I should say. Thank you all for joining us, taking some time out of your day. My name is Kiana Brown. I'm the recruitment coordinator here at Action for Boston Community Development, aka ABCD. Next slide, please. In terms of who we are, we're a nonprofit anti-poverty community action organization that works in the greater Boston area. As the largest nonprofit agency in New England, we serve more than 100,000 residents annually. We assist low-income individuals and families of the greater Boston to help them reach stability. And after they reach that stability, we ultimately want them to achieve success. And then I also have pictured here just a general map of the various service centers that we have located throughout the greater Boston area. Next slide, please. In terms of what we do, we run a variety of programs for individuals and families that include but are not limited to career development, early child care, elder services, food pantry, and immigration services, just to name a few. For a full list of our program services and offerings, I encourage you to visit our website at bostonabcd.org. Next slide, please. Thank you. And then I also have here another map. It's color-coded to showcase the different services that we offer throughout the greater Boston area. Next slide, please. In terms of what we offer, we have both full-time and part-time employment opportunities. The positions that we have at the vacancy, they span across the different education requirements. So we have positions that require high school diplomas, but then we also have positions that may require certification or a particular degree. At the agency, all full-time positions are a 35-hour work week. Thank you. Next slide, please. In terms of the benefits that we offer, we have health insurance, dental coverage, disability insurance, life insurance, flexible spending accounts. We also have a nice T-Pass program where you can use your pre-tax dollars to purchase a T-Pass, so you get a little bit of a savings. We also have paid time off plans. We observe 13 legal holidays. And another cool thing that we offer at the agency is we offer a retirement plan, and we also offer we also offer vesting at 6 months, and we'll match up to 10%, which is not pretty common. But then we also offer career coaching and advancement, and there's also opportunity for paid professional development. Next slide, please. In terms of the types of opportunities, we're a large agency. We have so many different programs and departments. I have listed here just a few of the positions that we are hiring for. Next slide, please. I'll go into details a little bit more about some of our departments and what they are looking for. So one of our departments is community coordination. They handle direct case management services to Boston residents at or below 200% of the federal poverty line. At community coordination within that department, we have a great need for mobile food pantry specialists. Those are people that not only help and assist at our food pantries, but they develop relationships with the clients and local community members as well. Next slide, please. Another department and one of our larger and more popular departments is our Head Start program. It is a federally funded program that takes a holistic approach into child care. Our ABCD Head Start is located throughout Boston, Malden, and Everett, where we operate based on the family's needs. Next slide, please. And then Head Start, we're looking for a variety of people. We are hiring for admin help, such as administrative assistants, billing clerks. We're also looking for cooks. We also have opportunity if you do not have experience in early childcare, and if you are looking to gain experience and start a career in early childcare, we have training programs where we will help you obtain and sign up for the correct courses to achieve the necessary certification to ultimately become teacher certified. If you do happen to have early childcare experience already, we are looking for preschool teachers, mental health specialists, and family and community engagement coordinators, just to name a few vacancies. Next slide, please. And then, since our Head Start is our largest department, we are located throughout so many parts of Boston. We have another list here of where our Head Starts are located. Next slide, please. But in addition to Head Start and community coordination, another one of our departments is our ABCD Youth Services. Here I have listed a couple opportunities for career development for young adults. We have career explorations that help youth with obtaining certification in early child care, culinary, and home health certification. We also have another program called Get Start ED that is open to high school students or recent GED graduates. It offers more in-depth training in early child care. And then we also have our HOPES program, which is open to court-involved youth that are interested in culinary art. This is very youth focused, but for adults, we also have our career centers. We also have access to mass hiring centers that offer career development and resume building, just to name a few services. Next slide, please. In terms of the impact of COVID-19 and what that looks like at the agency, we are fully in person, and we do require that all employees at least have the first 2 shots against the COVID-19 variant. Because of this, we wanted to make sure that our services and offerings were still available to our community members, which is one of the main reasons as to why we decided to remain 100% in person at the agency. So in addition to the vaccine requirement, we do also have a mask requirement in place that all masks be worn within shared office spaces at the agency. Next slide, please. In terms of hiring practices, I thoroughly encourage you to please apply online on our website at careers.bostonabcd.org. Once your application is submitted and received, you will receive a confirmation that your application has been received. Your application will then be sent to the hiring managers where they will review your application, and then they will reach out to further schedule an interview. At the moment, majority of our interviews are remote, so they will be held either over Zoom or over phone call. Depending on the nature of the role or the position that you're applying for, you may be asked to come in for an in-person interview. If you were to be offered a position, a full application and background check are required, and our Head Start program does have additional screening requirements that's stipulated by their office. Next slide, please. Thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your day to contact me about general employment opportunities. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me at kiana.bostonabcd careers.bostonabcd.org, or you're more than welcome to apply to any positions at careers.bostonabcd.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kiana. So just a reminder that we will be sending all this information tomorrow to everybody participating. We are going to share the slides that they have here, and we're also going to share their flyers for their programs and their contact information. If you have any questions, we are going to answer all the questions at the end, but feel free to start putting them in the chat. I saw a couple of questions, and I'm going to start writing them down. So if you have any questions, you can start putting them in the chat, but we're not going to answer them until the end. Okay, we have a couple more presenters. So our next presenter is going to be Josie Gonzalez and Joe Rowell, who are with Power Corp. Okay, I don't know what happened with Josie. So maybe we'll go back to them in a little bit. So we have Colleen Lever from Boston Housing Authority's Human Resources, who's gonna talk to you guys about how to apply for jobs with Boston Housing Authority.
Hi, everyone. Like Shayla said, I work in the HR department at Boston Housing, and I'm sure, like everybody else, we've seen a lot of openings and we have a lot of jobs that we used to get so many applications we're not getting anymore. So if you go onto our website and you go to employment opportunities, and it should say jobs, and they'll all be listed there. In order to apply, you just send your resume and cover letter to human resources at bostonhousing.org. And we just ask that when you apply, if you see a job that you like, just make sure in the subject line you put the job you want to apply for, be it if you want to start as we call them JGs, the janitor groundskeepers, and basically that job, it has a track to it. So you're a JG for 2 years, and then you become a laborer, and you're part of the laborers union. I'm sorry, I didn't practice. I didn't get a good slide to show like everybody else. Also, the other position that we have a lot of admin aides in the occupancy department, the lease housing department, where we started an internship program about 2 years ago. So you would intern with us for about 6 months, and a lot of the interns are getting hired. I think right now we have somewhere in the ballpark of 22 open positions around there. So we are hiring senior office management aides. I mean, everything and anything. And we work closely with Lori Diaval that she presented earlier, and they offer resume writing and all that stuff that we're looking for. So if you're interested in applying, you can call the HR department, you can email us, and like Shayla said, any questions you have, I'll be happy to answer at the end. Yeah, so thank you.
Okay, thank you, Colleen. So what you have here is a printout of, or a snapshot of what the human resources website look like. So if you're interested in working with Boston Housing, you go to bostonhousing.org and then to job opportunities, and then you're gonna see all our current openings at the moment. So I see that Josie and Joe re-enter, so we're gonna see if they're able. Josie, are you there? Or
Yeah,
Joe?
so sorry, I was having a
Okay,
little.
excellent. So I don't think I can go back.
You're on mute.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna go back to your flyer so you can just start introducing your program while I do this.
Perfect. Good evening, everyone. My name is Josie Gonzalez, and I work with Power Courts Boston. And I'm here this evening with my coworker, Joe Rowell, who's the Workforce Development Manager for our program. And a little bit about our program. Well, Power Courts Boston is a partnership of the Mayor's Office of Workforce Development and the Cabinet of Environment, Energy, and Open Space. We are a program that is based out of the Boston Green Deal. Now, Power Courts Boston is a 6-month training program in the green jobs, part of the green jobs. And we are a training, our young people that are accepted into the program are between the ages of 18 to 30. It's a training which also supports career readiness support, connections to employers in the green industry. And it's an earn to learn program. Our members, our participants are having a hands-on training that prepares them for a living wage career. Now, the eligibility, as far as the eligibility, we have different cohorts. Our current cohorts right now is in the urban forestry. And what the things that they're learning right now is native and invasive plant identification, environmental conservation, parks maintenance, general labor operations. They also get OSHA safety certifications, career readiness, and resume writing. Along with that, the training pays them a stipend of $550 on a weekly basis. It's a 35 hours a week program, Monday through Friday, from 8:33 to 3:30, sorry about that. And we also give them a T-Pass. But along with that, some of the eligibility to be part of this program is the candidate have to be between the ages of 18 to 30 years old, be a Boston resident, have a high school diploma or a GED or a high set, be unemployed or underemployed and not in college or on a career path, and have an interest either in the outdoors, but some of our upcoming cohorts will be changing. We're working on some of our cohorts. The next cohort will be starting in January. Right now, we're working on opening the application, but I will put in the chat the link to an intake application. And let me also ask if Joe, I don't know if you wanted to say anything in regards to the program, something you want to add?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Excuse me for my camera. I can't see, and I was trying to get back in. But first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for having us here. This is an awesome opportunity. I think one of the things that Josie, you said everything. There's only a few things that I can add to it to enhance the things that you've already covered. I know you mentioned some of the training, but I also wanted to make sure that they know that there's an OSHA 10 certification. There's a first aid and safety certification that they also receive. They also receive workshops in prevention and de-escalation. They do a 6-week, very in-depth workshop with Chase Bank, which is really a focus on banking and financial literacy, to get the bank savvy, to show them how to kind of manage the money that they're getting. Because, one of the things that we try to prepare them for is, and you definitely mentioned it, which is a livable wage after the training. And we also encourage ventures in entrepreneurship. That's another thing that I know one of our focus is to make sure that folks, if they want to explore um, jobs and careers in the green industry, that we kind of support and make those connections as well. And finally, I want to kind of brag about the opportunity for them to earn college credits, because we have a wonderful course, the principles of arboriculture. The students are actually taking a course at UMass Amherst and Mount Ida, where they're learning how to become true arborists. It's an introductory class. It's a three course that they earn, 3 class points that they earn. And it's a certification that actually that they get at the end of the program. And it's something that I'm excited about, because not only are we giving them opportunity to get their hands involved in the actual work, because we know we do 3 days in outside in service, and we do 2 days actually in classrooms. And one of those classrooms engagements is UMass. The other one is the workshops that supports the hard and soft skills that they'll need to become more employable at the end of our 6 months engagement. So thank you for having us. Josie, I'm going to give it back to you, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit about this wonderful program called Power Core Boston.
Josie, you're muted.
Sorry, I was giving him the mic and forgot to unmute myself. I just wanted to say thank you so much for listening to our presentation. I'm going to put some contact information on the chat. And at the end, like Sheila said, if you guys have any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Josie. Thank you, Joe. So our final presenter is Raymond Rodriguez, and he is with Youth Speak program.
Hi, everyone.
And, I'm going to stop sharing because you're going to share your screen, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second. Let me know if you can see it.
We can see it.
All right, good. Sorry. All right. So I'm representing Youth Speak from Spoke Art or Spoke Gallery. We're formerly known as the Medicine Wheel Production, and we're located in South Boston, over at 844 Summit Street. I'm the case manager for the program. This is my email, and this will be on the share. Sheila's going to share this information with you folks. My phone number, I answer to texts, phone calls, you name it, and our website. Our program is specifically funded by Boston, by BSAS, the Bureau of Substance Abuse Disorder, Department of Public Health, Boston Housing Authority, and Mass Cultural Council. So basically, with the Youth Speak program, it's a program for youth and young adults to work with in different cohorts, where we teach them how to create projects and explore explore leadership in their community. So we basically do workforce development, leadership, and public health through the creative lens. We hire youth and young adults ages 14 through 18 to work with us, and we pay them $14.25 per hour. During the summer, they can work up to 20 hours a week. After school, during the school semester, they can work up to 12 hours a week. Our program, it's prioritized for people who live in Boston Public Housing, and Boston Housing Authority, or Section 8. We also prioritize people of color and LGBTQ+ individuals. Participants basically have several classes and workshops where they work in creativity while addressing social issues in our community, looking into leadership, workforce development, and public health issues, mental health, substance abuse, AIDS, HIV, sexual health, etc. This is what I briefly mentioned. The hours up to 20 hours per week in summer, 12 hours a week after school, $14.25 an hour. We pay them on a bi-weekly basis. We don't pay by checks, we send direct deposits. And this is the flyer or the QR code where folks can register or apply for the position. We have about 60 openings right now. Then from this particular program, we're collecting or we are gathering up to 30 youth in which we are using for a specific Boston Housing Authority leadership cohort, a youth committee. So we are identifying youth from the summer and the fall semester so that we can come up with a specific Boston Housing Authority leadership youth committee to address different issues specific to the BSA communities that they live at. We offer them case management services, the program, not only for them as individual, for whatever needs they have, but also for their families. So we look at whatever needs they have outside the program, social services, and we connect them by referring them to different programs in our neighborhood, in our community. What we do, we use an in-house curriculum that looks into leadership, public health, and workforce development through the creative lens. How we do it, we utilize digital video production, poetry, spoken word, shoes and clothing restoration, visual arts, painting, dancing, among other forms of art like mosaic work, plus landscaping in a park. Here's some photos of the work that we do. Just to briefly show you, this is our location, our space. Our youth come in. It's kind of like, I want to say it's like being in high school, but it's not really being in high school because you get to do more fun things. And we're paying folks for the work. We treat them as if they're in an employment situation. We don't treat it as we are in a program or in school. This is just some pictures. I don't know if I have enough time to play this briefly. This is some of the work. This is a digital production class and poetry class.
Always got to remain on your ground. Can't be out here wasting no time and take hard work, dedication, and discipline. When you're trying to achieve your dreams, it's not easy. She got to keep working and working. She can't get it no more.
So this is part of a poetry class. They were supposed to do poetry class, poetry work they had to work on, but also create a small video utilizing their cell phone. This is one of the projects they this particular person worked on with. This particular project is not completed as this person is coming back to work in the fall semester and finish the digital production class. This is some of the shoe repairing or shoe restoration work that some of our folks did. They basically bring old broken down shoes and they basically learn how to restore them and put them into something useful again, something they can use. So we also do mosaic tiles. It's a class. They do a self-portrait mosaic work. Has some pictures of the work that they do. Each picture or each mosaic has a QR code that goes straight to the history or a story of their life. We have a place next to the South Boston High School called No Man's Land, where our folks basically put in the ground and do the landscape, incorporate into the landscaping the work they do at the classes with specific to mosaic work. So this is some of the work they do, a lot of the landscaping, a lot of building. Here's some pictures from there. And that's it. So it's a program designed for youth and young adults ages 14 and up, and through 18. We do take some 19 years old as well. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I have.
Okay, thank you so much, Raymond. So that's all the presenters we have. So if you have any questions for the presenters, you can put them in the chat, or you can use the raise hand feature, or you can just unmute yourself. So the interpreters can also put the questions in the chat if anyone that you're interpreting for has any questions. The presenters have also put their information in the chat as they finish speaking. So you can get it from there, but I'm also sharing all this information tomorrow. I will be sharing their presentations, I will be sharing their contacts, and I will be sharing their flyers. Okay, so don't worry if you missed that from tonight. I will be sharing everything tomorrow. So if there is any questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can raise your hand. I did write a question down earlier, and this was for Lynn or Mary Lou. What happened if you don't have a car to go to the training in Needham?
Yeah, I know the Needham's not the ideal place for the training, but it's the best closest we could get with the right space. I think if that were the case, if you don't have transportation to Needham, I would really look at the PCT program that's going to happen right at the medical center in Boston. I think that would probably be your best bet, because you can get to that taking the T or walking if you're local. That would be my suggestion. Thanks. And thank you to those who've private messaged me. I've sent some information out.
Okay, I have two more questions. The first one is, oh, I missed it. Colleen, I have a question here. If BHA has any part-time jobs?
We do have some part-time jobs. Actually, I don't know, Shayla, do you still have the interpreters?
No.
Part-time?
No,
No.
the only one I know right now is the security positions. Those are part-time.
Right, we have some safety officer positions, and trying to think of what is part-time. I think just the safety officer, and we just got some police officers that are part-time. So those are the two that I can think of, but we do have we're allowed to work from home a couple days, some positions. There's a few that aren't, because they're more like maintenance supers, we can't do that from home, unfortunately, because you need to be there to go into units and stuff. I heard someone say something about, a lot of people talked about Corey or Corey Friendly. We do run Corys. However, if you have a Corey, I wouldn't not apply. It all depends on the job you're applying for, what you'll be doing, how long ago, we let you, we're very open-minded to second chances. We work with the YMCA as far as with our internship. So even if you have a Corey, I would still apply.
Okay, thank you. I have another question. If anyone has job opportunities for people over the age of 66. So if any of our presenters have opportunities for ages 66 and over, please feel free to unmute yourself and share.
Yeah, this is Allison, and I'm responding for the home health aid program. There's no age limit for our home health aid. We have a, we're just looking for people who are compassionate, but it is a job that a lot of people who have retired go into because they still want to give to the community and they still want to help people. And there's kind of different stages for home health aid. There's a companion, there's a homemaker, and there's also actually doing the home health aid work. So if you're interested in that kind of direct care work with individuals in their homes, there might be an opportunity for you if you're 66, which I'm not far from. So
Thank you. If any other presenter has opportunities for people over 66, feel free to unmute yourself and share.
We would definitely not hire someone for being 66. We have a lot of different jobs that we encourage all ages to apply for.
Thank you. Any other presenter? Okay, so Lynn just said that there is no age limit for her program in Beth Israel. Power Corps will be sent. Oh, Power Corps will be sent. Okay. So anyone else that has a program for ages 66 and over?
All positions at ABCD, we don't have any age limits or age requirements. Everybody of all age types, as long as you're at least 18 or over, please feel free to apply to any of the positions that you see available on our careers page.
Okay, great, thank you. So I had the hand raised for, I didn't see a name, it just says iPhone. So iPhone, if you are still here, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, I think I was talking to Allison already. It's about the home health aid program. So I'm directly talking to her on the message.
Okay, thank you very much. So
Okay.
I have a question in the chat from Anna, and I don't know if this is the same Anna that has the hand raised, but it says any jobs available with no diploma or equivalent.
Hi, Anna. This is Lori at Charlestown Adult Education. We have a connection with Best Home Care. We have a coordinator who works in our program who can connect you with homemaking or home health care around the Boston area that does not require a high school diploma or a high set, and they can, the training is free, and they can make sure that they place you locally so that you don't have to travel.
yeah, and I would just like to add to that, Lori, that the position of home health aide currently does not require a high school diploma. So whether it's with Best of Care or whether it's with another agency, you can work in that. You can work in that field. And now, like I said, they're paying between $16 and $20 an hour. So now's the time to get it into that field, because I don't know how much longer that's going to last, but I think it's a good stepping stone for people, especially if they don't have a high school diploma or equivalent.
Can I jump into and just answer? Anna, I think we have positions at a lot of our hospitals that don't require the high school diploma or the GED, particularly in the food services or environmental services areas. I think they'll say in the job description, they'll say, that high school diploma or high set is preferred, but it's not required. And I think one of the great things about looking at a system like ours is the benefits that you get as an employee there, because one of the things that you can do is get your high set and further your education through some of our internal programming. Like, we help support our employees grow in their career. So something to consider as well.
Okay, thank you. I also had Allison writing that the teaching kitchen does not need a diploma. So Anna, was that your question? I see that your hand is still raised. Was that your question, or do you have another question? Okay, so I think that was, okay, great. Thank you, Anna. That was all. The next question, so one person was asking if anyone has any managerial positions.
Boston Housing definitely does. Sometimes, not all of them are, some of them you have to start at a certain job and work, you know, into that spot. But it's tracked that way, like the JG, like the janitor groundskeeper. But we definitely have jobs that have supervisory responsibilities available. I would just keep checking our website.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else that has any managerial positions?
Yeah, at ABCD, we have a few different managerial positions open. They range in terms of different sizes of teams that you would be supervising. We are, you know, we have different supervising roles where you would be supervising 1 or 2 employees. We also have other positions where we're looking for department heads. So there's definitely a range, and there's definitely opportunity to grow and develop as well.
Thank you. Okay, so I have a couple more questions from the chat. A person was asking if BHA has remote positions.
I'm going to say I don't know the answer to that. I don't believe we have any that are completely 100% remote. We're hybrid. You know, we're in the office 3 days, home 2 days, or it could be, you know, for a while I worked every, you know, 5 days. It all depends on the department you're in and their needs. But I don't believe, Shayla maybe can think of one that's totally remote. I don't think I can come up with one that's 100% remote.
Okay, thank you. And as we have said earlier, if you're interested in working with Boston Housing, the best option is to go to our website, bostonhousing.org, and look for all the available opportunities and contact HR with any questions. So the next question from the chat is for ABCD. They are asking if you have to be a Boston resident because this person is a Boston Housing resident, but she does not live in Boston Housing. She lives in a different city.
For employment opportunities, as long as you're a resident of the state of Massachusetts, that's no problem in terms of, and that's in terms of employment opportunities. In regards to accessing any services that we offer, certain services you would need to be a Boston resident or maybe a resident of the greater Mystic Valley area. But for general employment opportunities, as long as you're a resident of the state of Massachusetts and as long as you're authorized to work, there's no other requirements.
Okay, thank you. Another question for the from the chat is if anyone has available opportunities for drivers.
At ABCD, actually, we are looking for delivery drivers at our Head Start component. And then another position that we are aggressively hiring for is our mobile food pantry specialist. There is a little bit of a driving component to that aspect, but you also, it would be a little bit of client facing. And that rate right now for mobile food pantry specialists, we are actually hiring at a rate, I want to say $24 an hour, $24 and some change for that mobile food pantry specialist. But you would be delivering resources and food to our food pantries, as well as providing like that customer service aspect when you're interacting with the different residents. And then our Head Start program is looking for food deliverers as well.
Okay, thank you so much. So for the person that was asking about driver opportunities. So ABCD has a couple of opportunities, and also the Fresh Truck is also always looking for people to drive their trucks. They have a mobile market, so you can look in aboutfresh.org and see if they're opening positions for driving their vans. And it's a wonderful program where you drive to different neighborhoods in Boston, delivering, bringing food and good prices for people, especially lower income families. So I see I have Robin Williams raising their hand. Do you want to unmute yourself and ask your question?
Yes, my question is for the drivers, do they need the like a special license, like a was it COD license or something like that in order to drive the trucks, or are they using their own personal car?
That's a great question. So for at ABCD, for our food deliverers, we just need you to have a great driving record, not a regular driver's license, but you don't need a specific type of driver's license. As long as you have proof of car insurance and a good driving record and a valid driver's license, that's all. And you would need to, for the Head Start program, for that food deliverers program, you would need to be able to provide your own transportation. But for our mobile food pantry specialist position, I'm double checking. You just need a valid driver's license. You do not need to provide your own transportation for the mobile food pantry specialist position.
Thank you, Kiana. Deborah put in the chat that lots of jobs opportunities at Winchester Hospital for all ages, and her information is there. So Community Servings is also hiring drivers to deliver their meals. So this is also for the person that was asking about drivers opportunities. So all you need is regular driver's license, and you would be driving a community service van. So thank you, Allison, for putting that in the chat. So I have two people that put something in the chat. If you could unmute yourself or write in the chat, like a little bit more clear what your question is. I have Melissa wrote patient care technician. Are you asking about a program specific, or are you asking if any one of our presenters have that training?
The training.
Okay, thank you, Melissa. So anyone from our presenters have any patient care technician training available? I think that some of our presenters put in the chat that they were leaving. I know that we have a couple in the healthcare area that I will be sending tomorrow to your email. So you will be getting opportunities from the Winchester Hospital, which are hiring for different healthcare positions, and they do training. And then there is the training for the clinical associate, which is a nursing assistant. And then the one that is for Beth Israel, they also have some training available, the one that is training in NIDA. So I will be sending those as well. I have a person named Pepper that put pipeline program, coordinator contact info. So I think you're referring to the construction trade. So I will be sending I will be sending the information, because I think Mary has to jump off this call as well. So that is through Building Pathways, which is the apprenticeship for many trades. So I will be sending that information tomorrow. And also, Allison is writing that you can look for job opportunities through the Job Training Alliance. Thank you, Allison. I will add that on the list of things that I will be sending tomorrow. And I see one more question here in the chat. Let me jump all the way to the end. Okay, so okay, I cannot see what's the question. Okay, is anyone hiring at the moment for customer service, food service, or front desk?
At ABCD, we're definitely hiring for all of those types of positions. We're looking for receptionists, admin assistants, cooks. All of our vacancies are listed on careers.bostonabcd.org, or please don't hesitate to send me your resumes to kiana.brown@bostonabcd.org, and Shayla will send this information to you all tomorrow as well.
Yes, regarding food service, I think that community servants, thank you, Allison. They have a couple of cook positions, and she put the link in the end. And also, it's not specifically front desk, but Boston Housing has a couple of admin aid positions open, and you can look that up on bostonhousing.org. Okay, so I don't see any more questions in the chat, and I don't see any more hands raised. So please, this is the last call. If anyone has any questions, you can put it in the chat or raise your hand. Okay, I don't see anything. Okay, so I will be sending all the information from all our presenters tomorrow. If you have any questions, you can contact the presenters directly with the information you're going to receive for any programs you're interested. If you have any questions in general, you're welcome to email me. My email is on the screen, is ross@bostonhousing.org. So I want to say thank you to all our presenters. I want to say thank you to our participants, either BHA residents or just members of the community in general. And thank you so much to the staff that helped me put this together, and to the interpreters that helped tonight. Again, any questions after today, you can direct them to me at ross@bostonhousing.org, and I will be sending all this information tomorrow. So thank you again for participating. Have a good night and enjoy the rest of the fall. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.